Warning, some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Alright, here we go. You all right, buddy? Yeah.
I can take one of his toys, let him play with it a minute, put him up, hide it anywhere in the yard, take him around, he'll find it. Usually I don't even have to tell him, like, point him in any direction to search, he can just find it. But a lot of times if he's having a hard time, I'll bring him to the area, just kind of give him the run around, and he can follow my hand too. If I tell him up, he'll get up. If I tell him down, you know, and then he always finds it. He's a good dog. Up. Sit. Sit.
Good boy. Woo, yes. So some of the biggest issues that we're still having with them is jumping up on people.
Yeah.
We've got to break that.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
he's really focused on you.
Yeah.
Here's David.
David.
Hey, David.
Hi, Micah. How are you?
Oh, good. Just training some dogs, you know.
Hey, I need to ask a favor of you.
Okay.
I've leased some property for hunting, and Logan and I decided we'd come down and check it out and scout around, and we went down and I was getting stuff out of the truck and getting everything ready, and he said, "Daddy, I'm going to go out and just walk around and just look around."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, okay, I'll holler at you when I get ready to tuck this stuff out in there."
Okay.
He said, "Okay." So I was getting stuff out of the truck. I got ready for him, and I walked to the woods and I hollered for him, and I've been hollering probably 45 minutes to an hour, and I can't get him.
Oh,
And,
no.
If
And
you
how-
don't care, would you mind coming and see if you can help me and see if we can't locate him? Cause
Yeah, man.
I mean,
And that's in Woodville, ain't it?
yes, sir. It's
Okay.
in between Woodville and Grant there in the valley.
Okay. And how old is he?
He's 12.
12. Okay. All right. Well, we're actually working with a dog now that's trained in area search. So let me do a briefing with my unit, and we'll head out there. If you'll text me the address and everything,
Yes, sir.
and we'll be en route. So I'll probably be there within the next 30, 45 minutes.
Okay, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'll call you when we're headed to you. Okay.
I appreciate it, Micah.
All right, David. All right, we'll see you, buddy.
All right, bye.
It's not unusual for David to call me. Usually he calls me a couple times a week, but this time it seemed different, the way his voice was.
All right, so let's get our stuff together. We need to call Gary.
Yeah, let's get
So let me
ahold of
call Gary, tell him to get here, and we'll head out.
Go to the briefing room, do
Yep.
a little mission brief, gear up,
Yep.
head out. Cool.
Okay.
What's up, bro?
Hey, Gary. I need you to get to the facility as soon as possible. I can kind of go over it when you get here, but we just got called out to look for a missing person. So if you can get here as soon as possible. All right, buddy?
All right, I'm just getting out of the shower. Come right now.
All right, man. We'll see you.
All right, bye.
All right. So missing child, Logan Weeks. He's been missing for about an hour now. 12 years old. Address is 330 Cathedral Caverns Road, Woodville, Alabama. And there's 34 acres. And he said there's water and it rained a lot in the past 12 hours. So that's going to be a big concern. So we'll just take our kayak with us, our blow-up kayak. What's up, bro?
man?
All right. So I'll get you caught up. So missing child, Logan Weeks. He's missing about an hour now. 12 years old. He's already got the address. We'll all load up. And there's 34 acres that we're going to be searching. But there is a big concern with water. There's a lot of rainfall last night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he really went off with anything. No gear, nothing like that. He's just a kid, and he was with his dad. So we need to get out there pretty soon, especially with the water. All right.
Okay.
You got any questions about anything?
No. Which
TJ?
dog are we taking?
We're gonna take Ambrose.
Okay.
So we're gonna do an area search because in tracking, I mean, we don't really know which direction he started off.
Yeah.
So with the area search, we can clear 34 acres.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right. So what's going on?
Me and my son came down and we was getting ready for turkey season and was gonna put corn out, was gonna look around and stuff. And he asked me if he could look around a little bit while I got the stuff ready to go. I said sure. And he's been gone now for about an hour and 30 minutes and I've hollered for him and I can't hear, he won't holler, he won't respond back to me.
Okay. Has he ever done something like this before?
Never.
Okay. Is he familiar with like the outdoors and stuff?
He is. We go out quite a bit, and he's pretty familiar with it.
All right. When's the last time you guys like had food and stuff like that? Do we have to be worried about any of that kind of stuff?
Nah, he should be. We ate lunch before we came down.
Okay. All right. Does he have a phone on him by chance, or do you leave it?
He left it in the truck.
Okay. All right. Have you guys been down to this plot of area before?
A couple of times.
Okay.
Couple of times.
All right. Well, we're gonna head out there. We're gonna try and see where he's at. If we'll keep you updated. We'll leave you one of our radios, and we'll let you hear what's going on. All right.
Okay, I appreciate that.
All right.
So once we arrived on scene, we wasn't really sure on what kind of rescue we were going to be trying to achieve. We went ahead and brung our dog, Ambrose. I've been working with him personally for about a year at MK9F with Micah. He's a phenomenal dog, extremely intelligent. We've been working with him on area search, so we figured this would be a good opportunity to be able to get him out and see if he can, be a valuable part of the team. Once we got there and got him out and got him on scent, he pretty much started doing exactly what he was trained to do. He started doing area search. I followed behind him with Gary on my tail. Micah stayed at the car. He was getting some stuff ready just in case we had to do any other kind of maneuvers or any other kind of rescues. Ambrose ended up leading us through the woods for probably about 20 minutes or so before we got to the creek. Once we arrived at the creek, Ambrose immediately stopped by the creek, and that's where me and Gary were able to find footprints. So right now we found a creek. We're gonna walk down to see if we see any evidence where he's trying to cross or any kind of activity.
The water is a lot higher than it should be, so this might be what we've been looking for.
Here's the creek right here. Ambrose just came down here. Let's see what we see. I got some over here as well. What we got?
Mikey, you got to get us down the kayak. We got prints. This might be a recovery.
What's going on?
We got prints going right in.
So what are we gonna get out?
We got to get the kayak out.
So once TJ radioed up to us about having footprints by the creek, I instantly jumped in the truck and headed down towards the water where TJ and Gary were. And I was running my sirens. The sirens weren't for people to get out of our way, but it was for if he was out there in the woods, he could hear the siren to come towards the truck, or if he got stranded down the water or something like that, he would know to stay put. Because typically if you hear sirens, if you're out on a search, something like that, and they'll hit sirens, they'll have their PA announcing the guy's name, and then we can get closer to them, and they know that help is coming.
All right, so we found tracks down by the creek. Right now we're gonna go back and get the kayak. We got Micah rolling in. We'll grab the kayak out and see if we can do some kind of water retrieval. Pull the kayak out. Yeah, throwing my oar. Roger. Yes, sir. All right, Ambrose. You want to call him?
Ambrose.
All right, here we go.
So when TJ got in the kayak, we tried to stay on the side of the creek, but of course with the current going so fast, TJ kind of got out of sight for a little bit. We heard him talking to somebody, so we figured it was Logan, and sure enough, and it was. I know TJ radioed up to David. David had a radio, so we were able to keep in contact with David throughout this whole process. Another issue come up. He was stuck on the opposite side of the creek. So that was the issue that we had to work out as a team and to get him back across.
So I was probably in the kayak about 5 or 6 minutes before I ended up seeing Logan on the side in a little embankment. He wasn't in the water. There was enough dirt that he was able to kind of swim his way across and get on the side. Upon arrival, I went ahead and got the kayak up on the shore and started diagnosing the situation, checking on Logan, making sure he didn't have any broke bones or any kind of big cuts or anything, and he wasn't suffering from any hypothermia. After my first assessment, he seemed to be okay enough that we were able to get him situated and was going to start getting him across the creek. I went ahead and put him in a life jacket. I had a radio, so I went ahead and radioed to his dad because he was at the command center up top, and we wanted to let him know that he was okay and he had been found alive, you know, and that was big for him. So we went ahead and radioed in David and let him know everything was okay. From there, we started putting our procedures in place where we were going to try to get Logan across the creek. 100 to 200 meters down the creek, we're up against a large sand, dirt embankment. Kid seems to be in okay shape. He says he's a little cold where he fell in the creek, but...
Of course, with water rescues, it's hard to make plan A, plan B, plan C, you know, because you have a high current and you're trying to get across that. So you hope your plan A works. If not, make sure safety, of course, life jackets, that's huge, you know. There wasn't any waterfalls out there, so that was really good. That let us feel a little bit easier about the task. But once we got Logan in his life jacket, we had a plan to have a rope from one side of the creek where we were sitting at, and then on TJ's side where Logan was. So we were going to pull the kayak across, but that current was so strong. Kind of go at an angle. What? Go with both of those ropes. Thank you. There you go. All right. Hold on, let's clear this area. Logan, if you fall, do not let go of that kayak, okay?
Just put your butt over here, yeah. Come on, straight back. There you go. Now spin around. Spin around. And roll forward. Just put your feet right here on top. And don't move, okay? Don't freak out. Don't wiggle. All right, get tension in the line. All right, you ready? All right, start pulling. It's all right. Don't freak out. Pull, pull. It's okay.
Let go. It's all right. Don't freak out.
So after Plan A failed, we didn't really have a lot of time to think. Our first reaction was to dive in after Logan. As soon as I dived in, there was some sticks under the water. I guess it was some fallen trees or something, and the water was rushing pretty hard, so it pushed me up against the limb, and I had on a life jacket. My life jacket got caught. The current was strong enough to push me underwater. I was probably underwater for 3 or 4 seconds. I had to break the limb off. And then right after that, I was able to pursue Logan, who was being rushed downstream at this point. I'm not sure exactly, how much time it took, but I'd probably say within 10 seconds, I was on top of Logan and had him secured. Right behind me was Gary. He dove in right behind me, and behind him was Ambrose.
So Plan B was something that happened immediately, okay? So he went down the creek after he flipped the kayak, and our rescue team, of course, Gary and TJ, they're phenomenal people. They just dove in after him without even thinking, hesitating.
All right. I got you. All right, let's stand up. Away. All right, let me crawl. Come on. All right, Amber. I'm good. Amber, good. Good. Here. I know you're trying to pull me up. Good boy. Good boy. Shoes on, so. How you feeling? You okay? You injured? You're good? You cold? Good job. We got you. You're safe. Let's get you back to your parents. Come on. Good job, buddy. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You've done so good. You all right, buddy? Yeah. Rescue.
With the temperatures of that water, it was pretty cold. So we had to hurry up and get him out of the water, get him out of those wet clothes, get a blanket on him. And we just sat him down, and Gary was able to talk to him a little bit, figure out what he was doing, what made him go down to the water. But everything worked out good. We were able to bring him back home to his mom and dad. Luckily, his mom didn't know what was going on at the time, so that was a blessing. David is a very calm guy. He don't like to panic, and luckily, he was there on scene up at the staging area, and he was able to listen to what's going on and knowing that we saved his son.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
You cold?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm freezing too, so. Man, so what happened? What brought you out here?
So, me and my dad had just bought some land, and we were just kind of looking around.
Yeah.
Because we were going to go turkey hunting here this year, and I just wandered off by the river, and it was just so muddy after the rain. I slipped and I fell.
And then you couldn't get out from where we found you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we were able to get you, man. But we gotta make sure we're a lot more, careful about that kind of thing. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you ready to go turkey hunting?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get you up. All right, buddy?
All right.
Come on.
It's really important anytime that you're going to let your kids go off by themselves, or if you're a child watching this and you're of age and you want to go off by yourself, it's always important to have contingency plans. At least try to have a cell phone on you. If you can't do that, make sure you have a whistle Anytime that you're not with your parents, you need to have a way to be able to reach your parents in case a situation like this occurs and an emergency happens. You'll at least have a way to communicate. That was not an option in this case, so obviously we were called out. It all worked out good, but anybody else that goes out for future reference, just have those kind of things on top of your head.